So I just got access to the Soulframe Prelude Pre-Alpha, and I gotta say, I like it so far. There is a lot of different areas that I do think can be improved upon, but again, it is Pre-Alpha, so they are still working on it. I think the foundation of the game and the skeleton is pretty good so far, so let's just talk about the different parts I want to get into. First off, graphics. It looks great. The game looks beautiful. Water animation and physics looks great. The skybox looks beautiful. Some characters look funny, but otherwise every character model looks interesting. The rigging of the characters, even the stag movement is very good. I really like the fantasy aesthetic with the mixture of the Odin, which is like a alien force that just comes to invade. Story and quests. So the Prelude has access to maybe 4 quests, give or take. Well, you unlock 2 different ancestors, the scribe and the blacksmith, and those are their own quests. And one of the bigger quests is one where you fight the stag boss and you rid it of corruption. I thought that was very neat. The cutscenes are already pretty well done. I enjoyed watching them. The music, the singing, the OST, fantastic. The voice acting is phenomenal. Everyone is doing a fantastic job so far, especially during the stag boss or the stag quest.
You look like the Clegs who skinned my lovers, who brined my rivers, who smeared their metal bowels on every wind.
Now, one quest I did have an issue with is the faction unlock quest. There's a part where you need to solve a riddle. It requires you to put a specific item on the altar, but it doesn't tell you what the item is. Of course, you have to either solve the riddle or just brute force it and just throw whatever item on to the altar you have. My problem was I was missing one item, and it was a river pearl, and I had no idea a river pearl was a thing. So unless you're constantly walking around the world collecting everything you see on the ground, you will miss it. And I could not. I had to look it up, and I even went to the chat and everyone told me it was a river pearl, and I didn't know where to find one. Obviously it's in the river, but I think the guidance for that quest was a bit confusing, and I think it needs quite a bit of work. But otherwise, the quests are fine. I love the voice acting. Other things, there are side quests that you can do. There are quite a few of them, and they're not too hard. And then there are faction side quests that you can do to build up your faction rank. These usually have you follow a path of 3 to 4 different objectives depending on the difficulty of the faction quest. My problem was finding the quest giver. Of course, it's on the minimap. You know where to go. It'll point out to you where you need to go. But then my guy is a little dude because I'm in the mage faction, right? I don't know how it is for the warrior and the ranger factions, but you get these little plant guys and they just say, "Oi, long legs," and it doesn't point you to where they are. Sometimes my guy was hidden in a bush, so I couldn't find him until I ran around and found the F key interaction. And I was like, why are you in the bush? Why aren't you somewhere that we can see? Ridiculous. Minor issues. I think overall the quest system is fine. Everything you will need to know will be on the world map. The icons will tell you whether it's a quest pickup if you need, or whether there's a faction quest nearby. That's fine for now. I just hope they improve quality of life. Next thing to talk about, Nightfold is a hub where we can go to change our gear, change our loadout, weapons, upgrade abilities and weapons. The ancestors you unlock will come here. Current ones we have are the scribe and the blacksmith. Scribe is pretty much just the codex. I don't know what else he does. He has a baby on his shoulder that whispers in his ear, which is very neat. Blacksmith is someone with very low self-esteem, but we trust them to craft our gear. Crafting kind of takes a long time. You have to collect fragments of gear. Certain gear have multiple different fragments in different locations, so you might not find it all at once. And then you have to collect a lot of material to craft that one piece of gear. And then you can also upgrade gear. I didn't really get too far into crafting because I kind of got bored farming for items. How do you gather materials? You kind of gather it from killing enemies, opening up chests, and picking things up from the ground. You don't really mine or log, which is fine. It's too much for me to collect right now, especially in an unfinished game, and we don't know if it's going to be wiped or not, as far as I know. And I think the Prelude will last until the launch of the game as they continue updating it, so we'll see. We'll see. I hope they do wipe it, or if they don't, I'm going to have to restart the game. Because the start of the game is kind of confusing. You kind of just wake up after your mom abandons you in a basket and you just start following a bird. I don't know why you're following a bird. We get interrogated and knocked out by some Odin interrogator too. I don't know what that was about. So hopefully when the game fully releases, they do a better job at story cohesion and just talking about whatever's happening in the story, because I have no idea. Combat. Let's go over combat. The one thing that we really need to discuss, especially for pre-alpha. So we get 3 classes, and classes are, they call it packs. There's the tank, the healer, the ranger, and I think there are other packs too. I haven't unlocked them yet. I think there's like the rude pack and some kind of wolf one. I haven't bothered unlocking those yet. So I'm only going to be talking about the mage because that's what I really played. No experience yet on the warrior class or the ranger class. So each pack has 3 special abilities. I started finding that mage combat was very, very boring. Again, we have 3 abilities that we can cast on cooldown. So at combat start, I would toss out my 2 active combat abilities and then maybe put down my healing field. And then the rest of the time, I'm walking backwards, left clicking, and that's it. Maybe I'll dodge once or twice, but it's just walking backwards, left clicking, and once my ability's off cooldown, I use that and I keep walking backwards, left clicking. This is very boring. There needs to be more things I can do as a mage, but right now it's just the ability casting and kiting gameplay, which is, it's not enough. It's kind of boring. I don't know how it is with the warrior and the ranger, but for mage, I don't think it's fun yet. I'm sure they will improve it in time. Other issues. Casting does take too long. You can't really dodge roll out of it. Make casting snappier. Dodging feels like it takes too long as well. Make that snappier. Make blocking snappier. Pretty much all animations and movement and actions need to be more fine-tuned, which I think they are working on right now. I think warrior has had some changes, or sword play has had some changes. So hopefully mage will start getting some love because it has a lot of changes before it's actually fun. I didn't find magic fun. One final issue, when you're fighting as a mage and there are boxes next to you, you tend to sometimes focus attack on the boxes instead of the enemy, which is super annoying. When someone's sprinting at you and I'm almost killing them, but all of a sudden my character turns to the right to hit some boxes. That's ridiculous. That needs to be tweaked. Other things I would recommend changing. Loot drops from enemies are hard to see. They drop these small brown pouches, and if you're on the trail or a path, that sometimes blends in, or they hide under the dude's body. You gotta run over them just in case the interaction key pops up. So either make it auto pick up or easier to see. Allow us to speed up dialogue. When you're talking to the shrine, the riddle shrine for the unlock of the faction quest, it takes too long. Let me click through it so it speeds up. Okay, let us fast travel. Right now in the game, people choose to taxi each other. So there's a system where when you invite someone to your party, they can teleport to you. So people in game right now are requesting taxis, which is kind of funny. And it's pretty nice for an MMO, but I think there needs to be a good fast travel option. Lastly, there's a system where names of villages are hidden behind alien text. So you need to find moats to unlock your memories of these villages, and it slowly unlocks the village's name. Problem is, only one or two moat shows up at a time when you walk into a village and the name pops up. They should have it so the motes are just all there instead of you having to log out, log back in to refresh the amount of motes that show up. So that's dumb. Just have all the motes there so we can just run through the village and just find it. Instead of having to go there, run across the way to a different location on the map, run back, and then unlock another mote. I don't know why they have it like that, but I don't like it. Otherwise, that's it. The game has a very good foundation. The skeleton of it is fantastic. I like where it's going. It just needs a lot of improvement, which it will have, especially for mage combat. That's it. I don't expect this game until like late 2026 or hopefully early 2027 because this game will still need a lot of work. So I do not want this game released yet. Yeah, keep it in development. It's getting better, but definitely needs more time. If you guys have played the Prelude, let me know what you think down in the comments. Does this game look interesting to you guys? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. See ya.
Rivers give trees their light. Trees that see the fairy side.